It's never hard to miss the massive shoulders of Jay Cutler when he enters the room. This #1 contender for the Mr. Olympia title is all about mass. Jay, your shoulders are like bowling balls. You gonna show us how to work them today?
I guess we got some shoulders to punish.
Here we go. Jay, you're known for your insane shoulder size. What kind of reps, sets, your whole exercise routine, what do you do to keep them that way?
Well, basically, I followed the same routine since the beginning, and I was blessed with genetically large shoulders. In the beginning, that was the best body part I had. So from the beginning, I basically stuck with the core exercise, you know, the shoulder press, whether it be with barbells or dumbbells, and also incorporated some dumbbell movements with side laterals, either seated or standing, rear delt machine flies, but mainly staying with the bent over rear lateral with dumbbells to really focus on the rear of the shoulders. But you know, I'm known for my shoulder size on stage and give the illusion of a lot wider than my bone structure is. So it's very, very important for professional bodybuilding. For the reps, I keep it about 8 to 10 repetitions each set, or basically to failure. I believe to take everything almost to failure, but it's always falls in that 8 to 10 range. And basically 3 sets per exercise is a recommended. I do 3 or 4 sets usually, depending on the day. I work with my body, try to listen to my body. If I'm overly tired or whatnot, I might cut back a little bit, but definitely perform 3 sets per exercise and at least focus for 9 sets total, 3 different movements for the body part.
And obviously if you're going to failure, you're using damn heavy weight.
Well, yeah, to most people I use pretty heavy weight, but to me I'm always trying to, of course, work my way up in weights. It's never enough for me.
Now, does this change for pre-contest preparation training?
I don't really change too much when I diet for the contest, but like I said, some days I'm overly tired and I can't perform as well, so my weights might drop down a little bit, but my reps always fall in the 8 to 10 range, but the weights I use vary. And like I said, you know, I switch from barbells to dumbbells for like the pressing movements, and that for me is an adjustment in the weight also, because it's a totally different movement.
Right. You do that just to stay safer.
Yeah, and I like variety. I mean, it's great to have a good variety in your routine. Always trying to hit the different angles with your shoulders and not leave anything to chance, because of course I'm trying to be the best and win the Mr. Olympia.
Do you include many intensity training techniques in your shoulder training routine?
I do several different things. I mean, usually for the contests, I'll perform a few drop sets, usually only 1 exercise, and I prefer to do these with the seated side laterals. With the dumbbells, I do 1 set, maybe to 8 to 10 repetitions is with the heaviest weight, then I might drop down to half that weight and perform 6 or 7 more repetitions. It varies. But mainly supersets like that, where I drop down, drop sets, just trying to keep blood volume. And of course, that's what I'm going for, and keep the blood moving through there, and of course, fatigue the shoulders.
Do you ever do the pyramid sets?
Yeah, I do pyramid the weights. I do definitely 1 warm-up, which I actually call feel sets, and that allows the muscle to get a little blood in there, allows the muscle to loosen up a little bit so you can prevent injury, but also a pump muscle is going to get better workout anyway, so I work my way up in weights, usually 1 feel set, and then I move right up to the working sets, which usually is the 3 sets.
Now, do you stretch in between each set? Stretch before, after?
I don't do as much stretching. I tend to do that after the workouts. I usually spend about 10 minutes each day, usually when I do my ab movements, stretching, and I also do deep tissue therapy at least once a week, and that allows my muscles to stay quite flexible for for the size that I have.
Right. Do you prefer machines or free weights for your shoulder training? And whichever answer it is, why?
Well, I prefer free weights. Okay, that's always been kind of the core movement for me, and it allows more balance, and I think it puts more strain on the muscle. And also, I prefer actually dumbbells over barbells, because each shoulder is working isolaterally when you use dumbbells, and that gives more balance to the body, and one side may be weaker than the other, so you may get some more growth on one side. With dumbbells you don't get that. With barbells, if one side is stronger than the other, it's difficult to make the adjustment.
Right.
But I'll use the hammer machines. A lot of these machines work on the isolateral movement. plate-loaded machines. I don't really do much selectorized equipment with the pin and the stack. I prefer to just stay with the free weights and basically be the hardcore guy, I guess.
That's good. What about power training? Do you include any power training techniques in your shoulders?
I'm not really a power trainer. I train pretty heavy, but I focus more on blood volume, okay? I'm not one to do anything that's going to risk injury, and my body's not built to do, power cleans, that kind of thing. I think, as a bodybuilder, I'm just trying to focus strictly on isolating the deltoids, shoulders for each workout that I'm doing. So I'm not going to put a movement that's going to incorporate all the other body parts that I've been, training all week long into the movement and, risk overtraining and also injury.
Yeah, of course.
I'd rather do something on a bench where I'm kind of locked down into a machine or, dumbbells, something like that.
Do you include any movements that you would consider unorthodox in your shoulder training routine?
I prefer to do something a little different with side laterals. I usually use a cable machine, and where most people use the cable machine towards the front of their body to come out, I prefer to do it behind the back, which allows more stretch on the deltoid. It definitely is more effective that way. That way you're not cheating, you're not trying to bend your knees to get the weight up. You really can't cheat when it's behind your back, and it really stretches the tissue out to allow a lot of blood in the muscle.
One arm at a time.
Yeah.
Sounds tough.
Yeah, it's a little awkward at first, but I've stayed with this. And of course, I've built the best shoulders in bodybuilding, so how can you argue?
We're going to somehow name that, what is it, the Jay Cutler arm raise?
Oh, we can do that if you want.
Word on the street is that Jay is somewhat of a bowler, for good reason. He's got some serious bowling ball-sized delts. Thanks for the lesson.
Till next time, my friend.
Till next time.